okay, here we go. I can show them how to do it when I'm in the zone. Before we start, let me puff that indigo. If I thrust, guaranteed you gon' feel it though. My intro for this real shit. Wanna walk the bridge and we built it. Two hoes got the boy on kill cliff. My team good and we rollin'. It ain't really hard to see that I'm fresher. I'm a F5 with Brock Lesnar. We ain't got time to listen. Yo, lecture, let him put the title up and I get your bitch. Ask and he asked, we ain't never made up. When the times got rough, we ain't never gave up. Boy, you next to the one like Morpheus. So the NLO can't fuck with us. That's real talk in this purple rain. Know some real dudes that'll bring the pain. Stay fresh, rock shades like Johnny K. So they got a bad bitch, don't sew on your blade. He ain't put in work, we can ask your girl. Mad cause she said I'm the best in the world. When it comes to the game, they honor me. I destroy your league, Sean Connery. That's a mere depiction what I'm clone like. Team on like a hard light. Love bad girls that's all night. With a gang of weed and we all right.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave. And welcome to 2 hours of Dead on Dave live with your host, me, Dead on Dave, with messed up hair and everything, but it's okay. And we're on video. We're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It's going. You know why I'm excited? You know why I'm amped up? It's because it's Battleground, baby. It's Battleground, and it's looking like it's going to be a big Battleground. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? Hope you guys are ready to call in on Skype with your questions about Battleground. As always, first I want to say thank you to my boy Real Talk the Metaphor Messiah for this amazingly kicking and badass opening theme song. Brock Lesnar, the official musician of Dead on Dave Productions, with the official theme song of Dead on Dave Productions. Brock Lesnar. If you want to hear more out of Real Talk the Metaphor Messiah, go over to SoundCloud and check him out, Real Talk the Metaphor Messiah, or go on the old interwebs and type in realtalkthetruth.com and check them out there. So I hope everyone is doing really good. I hope you guys are excited for this really big pay-per-view. And if you didn't watch State of the WWE last night on the Joe Cronin show, well, then you missed out, because we had a hell of a show and we talked about a lot of things. And one of those being the kind of oddity that Battleground is shaping up to be. It's turning into a weird situation. Let me fix my camera so we can get Gizmo. Yeah, there's Gizmo. There we go. Got to have a Makawai in there somewheres, right? But like I was saying, Battleground feels bigger. It seems like they're putting more importance on individual and special pay-per-views than ever before, and it's kind of weird. We had a run of pay-per-view after pay-per-view, event after event. We had like 5 events in like a 7-week period, which is odd. You know, in virtually 2 months, we got 5 pay-per-views in essence, and it was a lot, and we got overexposed, and it was a little bit much. Now we've had this lull. We've had 5 weeks without anything really, except the Tokyo show, and now we're going into Battleground. And there's story after story. There's all these great things that we're going to talk about. We got surprises. We got people coming back. We have legends returning. It's going to be quite an interesting Battleground, if even half the things that we're hearing are true. And more things are coming out by the minute, it seems. The legends that are going to be at this show, the big personalities that are going to be on this pay-per-view, potentially, it's game-changing. It's the rest of the year changing, because this is where things pick up. Starting tonight, I mean, Battleground really is I guess tomorrow's the official, but Battleground is kind of the kickoff to SummerSlam. And SummerSlam opens the door to the other main pay-per-views. So it's a big pay-per-view. It's a big show. So we're going to get a lot of things that are going to set up for Battleground, for SummerSlam tonight. So it's going to be quite interesting. But before we get into all of that, let's talk about a few things that kind of correlate with it, but also have its own extra juice on its own, because there's quite a bit of stuff going on. And remember, if you want to get your voice heard and you want to talk about Battleground or anything else, and don't worry, we are going to match for match break down Battleground tonight. Well, the matches that we know of. So you can go ahead and call in on Skype and get your voice heard. David Vancura, DavidVancura on Skype. Let's go ahead and take a call now. Joining me now, the one, the only, the miraculous AJ Tucker. What's going on, buddy? What you got for me?
Doing great. I'm actually here on time. I'm usually like 12 minutes late.
That's true. You usually miss some good stuff in the beginning. That's a good point.
Yeah, your video, for me, it doesn't pop up until like 12 minutes later. It's weird.
Well, you know, it
I'm
starts
actually,
at 7 or 1 p.m. I should say 7 for me. But yeah, that's weird.
yeah, but today I actually got here on time, so that's good.
I'm proud of you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
You
I'm proud
excited
of
for
myself.
Battleground, man?
Yeah, I'm very excited for Battleground. I think we're gonna see a great show
Yeah, me
tonight.
too.
I think we're gonna see a lot of great things. For one, hopefully Kevin Owens winning the title tonight.
Yeah, I think that's
And
a good possibility.
Sheamus, I think we're gonna see Sheamus win the WWE Championship tonight.
Ooh, bold prediction from AJ. Are you going to hang out with me for a few minutes?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. Talvish, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got, man?
Hey, what up, Dave?
How you doing, buddy?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like during that John Cena match, like, do you think it's possible that Cesaro could interfere and cause Kevin Owens to match?
I do.
not this-
I do. I think that is a possibility. Him or Rusev, to be completely honest,
that'd be awesome.
because I think they might be setting up a fatal four-way for Royal Rumble. I hope that doesn't happen. I would
Do
rather
you mean
see.
SummerSlam? Do you
Yes,
mean SummerSlam?
did I say Royal Rumble? Yeah.
Yeah, he
SummerSlam.
said Royal Rumble.
Yeah, SummerSlam. Sorry. Yeah, setting it up for SummerSlam. I think it's very possible that happens. It makes sense. But I want to see Kevin Owens win the belt tonight. I really do. Would it be a bigger moment at SummerSlam? Sure. But as I'm about to talk about, and you guys are more than welcome to stay as I do, there's another big event coming up for Kevin Owens the night before SummerSlam. So that kind of throws things in the works. But we'll talk about that in a minute. You got anything else for me, Talvish?
Okay, yeah, but before I go, like, do you think it's possible that the Undertaker could come back and turn heel and help out Seth Rollins, and then the following night on Raw, Rollins come out saying, well, since the Authority or Kane couldn't get the job done, I had to turn to his bigger brother.
I think
Something
I think it's a possibility, but bringing the Undertaker back heel is kind of counterproductive.
Yeah, true.
Unless he's coming back for like a year solid and they can build a storyline, which I don't see happening, it's possible.
Yeah, you're right.
But
You're right.
the part of the whole mystique of the Undertaker is that he's just so beloved and revered. It would be a hell of a move. I'm not saying it's beyond reason. It could happen, but that's a hell of a play. That's a hell of a play.
Yeah, or they could start building up something where, like, since they say Rollins ain't got nobody right now, they could kind of, like, in a weird way reform the Shield. You know, since they ain't really doing nothing with Dean Ambrose or Reigns really right now. You know.
Well, Reigns is in the middle of a pretty big feud with Wyatt, even though it's lost a little bit of luster.
Right.
But we're gonna get into all that. There's a lot to get into. I think anything's possible at this point. That sounds stupid, but it's true. I really think WWE has set themselves up with so many possibilities and options. It's something that we haven't seen in a long time. So it's pretty exciting. I'm really amped up for Battleground. I hope I'm not let down over it. I really think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, me there are a lot of answers that I'm waiting to get answered. Not a lot of questions that I'm waiting to get answered here tonight.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of questions being brought up tonight too. So, you got anything else for me, Talvish?
No, sir. But I'm glad that I called in today, sir, and it's always good talking to y'all. And have a good night.
Yeah, I'm glad you called in, man. I appreciate it.
All right, Dave.
Keep on watching, man, and enjoy the pay-per-view tonight. If you want to call back, feel free.
See you later,
All right.
Talvish.
Take it easy, Talvish.
All right.
Matt the Misfit, I did see your call. I don't take more than 2 people at a time, so you can call in whenever you like. I will. Oh, there he is. He's calling right back in. Matt the Misfit, you are live with Dead on Dave. What's going on? What you got?
What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
All right, so this whole Sting thing, right?
Yeah. Wait. Before you do that, I haven't brought that out yet. Let me get to the Sting thing first. I got all these things that I want to get to, and all you guys are so excited to get it all out there.
It's something I've been calling for months now.
You're stepping on my dong, though, man. You guys are stepping on my junk here.
I don't want to do that.
But yeah, the Sting thing is interesting. Now, it does seem like it's all but verified that Sting's going to be there tonight, which I think a lot of people are a little surprised at, because The Undertaker. Well, no, you should be, because this is kind of bizarre, especially in the fashion of how they're bringing him in. If it's true, now the latest rumor that I've read, and this is, I believe it was from Meltzer, so take it for what it's worth, that Sting is getting involved in the Roman Reigns Bray Wyatt situation. That's absolute retardation. Could
this mean that we're saying? And I'm sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay.
I really do. But
this show's chaos. Everybody's excited. It's chaos. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
Does this mean that we could see not Reigns, but a Wyatt Sting feud?
I'm not sure.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
If you think about it, for WrestleMania and SummerSlam were a bit like the big matches for Bray Wyatt. He had Kane for SummerSlam 2 years ago, Cena for WrestleMania 30, Jericho for SummerSlam, and then Taker. I mean, and think about it, Sting, big name, right?
Yeah. But the problem is he loses all these matches, except for the Kane thing.
And he's sort of undefeated at SummerSlam, but
he won the Jericho match, I think.
He did go over Jericho eventually, but in the cage on Raw he went over on Jericho, but he did lose to Jericho too.
No, I'm actually
I remember he lost to
Sting under Sting Wyatt feud.
Why? Why would look? Going back and watching Wyatt and Undertaker, while it was decent for Undertaker matches as of late, it was still a bad match. It was not that good. Once you get past the mystique of it, look. Sting is 57 or something. He's old as shit. He looked decent with Triple H. I don't know how he's going to look with Bray Wyatt. It's weird gimmick match with weird gimmick. We've had that already with Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. Didn't work. I'd rather see Sting with another legend rather than a new guy. Because for one, I don't want Sting to keep losing. Sting, if he would have beat Triple H, maybe I'd feel a little bit different. But the fact is he didn't.
Problem is, I don't think Sting, if this match happens, I don't think Sting is losing.
Well, then that makes even less sense. Why?
Because Bray Wyatt keeps on losing.
You can't keep having Wyatt lose feuds. You can't.
Plus, Sting needs a win before he faces Taker at Mania.
Yeah, he's got to have the win. So
I just say he continues his feud with the Authority. Do a Team Sting versus Team Authority at Survivor Series. Have Team Sting win, and that could give him momentum for WrestleMania against The Undertaker.
From the mouth of babes. Once again, AJ Tucker restores sanity amidst the chaos. I couldn't have said it better myself. That was perfect, AJ.
What if at SummerSlam, not only do we get those matches, but we also get the build-up, finally, to Sting and Undertaker?
Yeah, here's the thing. On Sting Undertaker, I don't want to see it. And I don't think there is a lot of people who do. It's
WWE's one and only chance to do this.
There's no money in it. Undertaker's lost unless it's a double retirement match and they're both going into the Hall of Fame the night before. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think we are going to get this is what I see happening. I see both Sting and Undertaker returning tonight. I think they're both coming back tonight. Undertaker is confirmed for tomorrow on Raw. Sting is not yet. But go ahead, AJ. Go ahead and cut me off again. It's okay. Go ahead. What you got?
I'm so sorry. I just want to say sweet because Undertaker's.
Oh, okay. No worries. So Sting. Oh shit, AJ. God damn it.
What? Did I do something
Where
wrong?
was I going? Oh no.
Sting isn't confirmed.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So Undertaker's going to be there tonight too. Now, the question is, what matches are they going to be getting involved in? Sting can get involved in the Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt thing. I don't really care about that. That's perfectly fine. I don't know where they're going to go with it, but whatever they decide to do, I'm okay with letting it happen. That's fine. Now, The Undertaker is more intriguing because I feel if The Undertaker get involved in the world title match, which is really the only place that I could see him getting involved in, then to me, it sets up not only a match with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam that I think Undertaker will win, but I believe it also sets up the biggest money match they have available, which is Undertaker Brock 2 it'd be 3, I guess, at WrestleMania 32. That's the biggest money match on the table. There's not, maybe Brock Lesnar, Kevin Owens could draw more, but I think we're still a year away from seeing that.
The only problem I have with seeing Undertaker, Brock Lesnar again at WrestleMania, it was bad. I don't want to see that.
It was bad, but that was a different Undertaker. It was 2 years ago Undertaker who was...
Yeah, that was Mark Calloway. That wasn't the Undertaker.
Well, what I mean by that is he was in really bad condition going into that match. Injuries hadn't healed from the years prior. He really shouldn't have been in the match to begin with. He was in terrible condition. Right now, he looks in better shape based off those pictures that have been released of him training. He looks in better condition than he's looked in years. I mean, since like Shawn Michaels matches.
Vince McMahon has to sell 105,000 seats.
Yes.
I really think Undertaker and Sting is the match that will do it.
That match does not sell that match does not sell out Texas. Brock Undertaker does. Undertaker Austin, or I'm not Undertaker Austin, Brock Austin, that sells it. Not Undertaker Sting. I don't see that selling it out. Now, if you want to make the argument that match should happen so they don't take any other young guys' spots, and then that's not billed as the biggest match of the night, then okay, I'm down with that.
No, I don't think it's going to be the biggest match. It's going to be like one of the top matches, not the top match.
Yeah, I'm just, to me, that's not selling it. It's just you're talking about two guys who have a combined age of 107.
And plus, it's their only chance of doing this match.
It is, but it doesn't need to happen. That's the question that, aside from marking out and being excited about Taker and Sting, when you really look at it, does that match need to happen? Does it have to take place?
I mean, Sting and Taker were talking to each other about it at the airport.
Yeah,
so.
I know. But I mean, hell, a lot of people talk to each other about matches that probably will never happen.
I don't know. I mean, the fans seemed like they wanted it because
some fans, but I think there's a lot of fans who don't.
Hold on. When Sting did that interview, the fans, they asked him what's next for him, and everybody was chanting Undertaker.
It was a crowd. Yeah, it was a crowd. Of course, they're gonna chant whatever. You look in the right place, you can get a poopy pants crowd chant going in the right audience. I mean, chants mean shit to me. They now social media, that means a little bit more. And looking through a lot of social media things, when you look up Undertaker and Sting, there is I'm not going to say there's not a big group of people who doesn't want to see it. I just think that there's more that kind of see it my way as far as what's the point.
I mean, as a fan, it's something that I've wanted to see for years. So
I would have loved to have seen it 10 years ago, but now I just
we're never going to get this chance to have Undertaker and Sting on this.
But I don't want to see these two old men do nothing in the ring. I don't want to see a terrible match. They don't
probably have to have a regular match. They might have the stipulation.
Oh, God. That makes it even worse.
I think Sting and Undertaker could be good for, like, the anticipation and stuff, But the match itself, I just don't think it could
the build-up will be great.
Maybe. I mean, it's going to get old really quick. It's two guys who aren't known for talking. It's
speaking of Sting and Bray Wyatt thing, if they decided to go back where Sting never talked when he became the Crow and started like coming up from behind and death dropping Bray Wyatt, that would be great.
To me, it's as much as I'm a big Sting guy. I love Sting, but he's still a 57-year-old man, and that means something to me. I can't.
But he did look great at WrestleMania.
He did, but he also looked very old too. A lot of that match looked good because of the fact Triple H busted his ass to make him look good.
And NWO and DX came out. Michaels came out.
I think it was a good match before that stuff, AJ. I think that stuff added, but I don't think it was necessary. I thought it was a good match regardless. But Triple H worked his ass off to make Sting look good. Not everybody's going to be able to do that. I don't know if The Undertaker can do that.
I gave up on this Roman Reigns feud after they decided to drop the whole not bringing the family into it.
Yeah, that did bug me. It was working.
They had a chance, and I'm pretty sure the PG moms were like, no, we can't do that.
Yeah.
It seems like
Undertaker. If it was Undertaker, he'd do it. It's the Undertaker.
It seems like every single week they're focusing more on Reigns versus Sheamus or Reigns versus Rollins than they are with Reigns and Bray Wyatt, which is kind of sad because I I want this feud to like be good, and it's just not working for me.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. You got anything else for me, Matt?
Just waiting. I'm on Mark Elwin's thing and Undertaker.
Oh, I am too. There's no question. But there has to be a good set plan in place. Yeah.
Are you excited for Jushin Thunder Liger coming to NXT?
Oh yeah, I read that.
You know what? I actually am. I like Jushin Thunder Liger. I've always been a big fan. And seeing with Tyler Breeze should be quite interesting. So yeah, I am. But you know what I'm more excited about?
That would be pretty good.
I'm more excited about what it means. I'm more excited about because the New Japan Pro Wrestling connection.
I actually read that they're not doing like a crossover promotion with WWE. This is just something WWE wanted to do with Jushin Thunder Liger.
That doesn't hold water because WWE using all the footage they used for Finn Balor for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Guess what? They had
I want to see Nakamura versus John Cena. Or something
oh God,
like
no! Don't start that bullshit. But
wait, what did he say versus John?
He wants to see Nakamura versus John Cena. Who wants to see that? Nobody wants to see that. There's so many better people for Nakamura to wrestle. I don't want to see that. You got anything else for me, Matt?
No, I'm gonna go, man.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate it, buddy.
All right.
Good call. Matt the Misfit, everybody. But yeah, like what was it? Goddamn,
talking about
derailing
Thunder Liger versus Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, look. WWE having to go to New Japan Pro Wrestling and get the rights to use the footage that they did for Finn Balor, that means a conversation happened. I'm not sure how detailed the conversation went and if there's any implications for later on, but I feel that we are on the verge of something big here, and I'm not even sure if it's just those two that are talking, because New Japan has an exclusive contract with Ring of Honor. So there's all these mitigating circumstances that there might be something bigger here brewing somewhere down the line that we are not aware of. Now, we might be some time away from it, and maybe I'm all tinfoil dick right now about it, but who knows? I think there's some possibilities, some really cool shit, and Jushin Thunder Liger could be a first big step in the right direction for it. So I think it'd be interesting.
Would he be just like a part-timer or what? Like a full...
Well, as far as I know right now, it's just a one-off. It's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to get through a couple of these news stories here before I get more callers. You going to hang out with me for a few, AJ?
Yeah, I just want to say I didn't even know that Jushin Thunder Liger would face Tyler Breeze. I just knew that he would be at the Brooklyn show.
Yeah, he's going to take on Tyler Breeze. That should be pretty cool.
That's good.
Speaking of that Brooklyn show, which is live the night before SummerSlam at the Barclays Center on August 22nd, right now the event is looking to draw more than 10,000 fans. The Barclays Center is close to already being sold out as they already had to release more tickets. Now, if you remember a couple weeks on this show, somebody called and said, "Oh, Dave, they're not going to sell out the Barclays Center. They're only releasing 6,500 tickets." And if you remember, your boy Dead on Dave said, "Oh, wait until they sell those 6,500 tickets out in about 10 minutes. They're going to release more." And now they have.
Yeah.
10,000 seats already. They're probably going to end up opening more because more people want to see this show. When it's all said and done, I'll bet both nights are probably going to be sold out. And it's going to be a huge night because what's the point of not opening up more seats? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I got to applaud WWE for giving NXT the chance to be and to have a show at such a big event in a big arena.
Absolutely.
And it's just amazing to put NXT on the map like this.
You do it 2 or 3 times a year with them, too. I would do it now, possibly at Royal Rumble, and then, of course, you do it at WrestleMania. You do it
the night, but yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's what it's going to be a little harder to do it the night before WrestleMania because of the Hall of Fame. So they might do like the San Jose show last year, or with WrestleMania on the Friday before. So,
like what they do with the Andre the Giant Battle Royal stuff, like the matches.
No. They what they did with NXT this year at WrestleMania was 2 nights before WrestleMania in San Jose. They did another show. They did an NXT show, just NXT. It was the night Hideo Itami hit the GTS for the first time, and all of that. That happened in San Jose just 2 nights before WrestleMania. I could see something like that happening, but it'll be an event on the network. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that show. That show should be really good.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. It's headlined by Balor and Owens, which I don't know needs to happen Owens is so confusing right now because he's got the thing going with John Cena. He's already started feuds with Cesaro, and now Rusev, by costing him the United States Championship opportunity last week. Now you have the Samoa Joe situation still going on. He wants his title back from Finn Balor. And oh, by the way, we're probably 7 months, 8 months away from Sami Zayn coming back, who wants a piece of his ass. That Sami Zayn promo on NXT was awesome, saying how their careers will always be linked. That was great. Gave me chills. I think we could see either him returning at Royal Rumble, or if not by then, I see it maybe the night after WrestleMania 32. I think he'll be back before WrestleMania. I think Royal Rumble.
Yeah, maybe around that time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But, yeah, the Kevin Owens, just like all these feuds going on. I think like 5 or 6 feuds. But I mean, if you're not going to have Kevin Owens to face Finn Balor, then who else would you have him face?
Well, that's the thing. They do. There's a little bit of deficiency as far as who's next. But they do have some guys. I mean, it could have been Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, Finn Balor. That'll sell. That'll help sell the Barclays Center.
That'd be a good match.
It would be. I think it would be a really good match. It wouldn't be too different from what we're going to see with Owens and Balor. So it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do. They're building new guys to the top. It seems like they're kind of on Solomon Crowe. I believe Solomon Crowe is going to be built up as a top competitor for the NXT title. Look for Solomon Crowe and
Baron Corbin.
Yeah, Baron Corbin as well, but I don't know, man.
I don't see
he's
him
a hard
winning the title.
sell. He's a hard sell. We don't need another Roman Reigns.
Oh well, no. I mean, I don't see him winning the title anytime soon. I mean, I don't think I could see him winning the title in general. Yeah. But I mean, I see him at least getting up there to the at least no more 5 or 2 minute matches.
Yeah, they're gonna start stretching him out, and they did that with Rhino. Yeah. They Rhino started to stretch him out, so I think we'll see more of that. I think that's really possible. Switching gears a little bit, I want to talk about something else that's going to happen tonight at Battleground, and something that could be affecting it. WWE reportedly banned the name Wade a while back, which is why King Barrett no longer. Yeah, he doesn't really use it. Every now and then. JBL's dumbass will say Wade Barrett, but really nobody uses Wade Barrett anymore, and that's because they went with the King Barrett thing. Now, the speculation is going around back that he's going to be going back to straight up Bad News Barrett, which would mean he's losing the crown against R-Truth tonight. Now,
what's the point of doing this?
I can't tell you how many issues I have with that. It's insane. It makes absolutely no sense to me. King Barrett would have worked perfectly fine. King Bad News, that's all they had to do. But instead, they botched the Bad News Barrett thing. Now they're botching the King Barrett thing. Now we're going to get King Truth. Why? Is this just like a little...
King Killings? What the heck is this going to be?
It doesn't make much sense. I don't know. It's going to be weird.
You're wasting your King of the Ring. I mean, what the heck is this?
They devalued it completely.
This is so stupid. I like the gimmick that he had a while back, a few years ago, when he was like that bare knuckle brawler.
I hated that gimmick.
Remember when they showed the promos like him, punching people in the face and the fight clubs and stuff.
And those weird homoerotic promos with he's just wearing jeans with his shirt off.
It
didn't do it for me.
I liked it because it made him look serious.
It made him look seriously stupid. Hey, AJ, you got anything else for me, bud?
No, not right now.
Yeah, no. I appreciate it. Keep on watching, and feel free to call back in a little bit. I'm going to get through a few of these news stories.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
AJ Tucker, everybody. AJ Tucky. So, yeah, what do you guys think in the chat right now about R-Truth and Wade Barrett? I'm sorry, King Barrett. Oh, wait, Bad News Barrett. King Bad News Wade Barrett. Wade King Bad News Barrett. That's right. That's his new name. Wade Bad News King Barrett of the Core and Nexus. What the hell are they doing? This is absolutely insane. By the way, if you're sitting there in the chat looking for something to do, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button, slam it down, drop an elbow on it, kick it in the face, hit that like button, and if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button to Dead on Dave Productions. And if you're a first-time viewer, you can go on over to Joe Cronin's show as well and hit that subscribe button, because if you like me, you're going to love him. So make sure you're doing that as well. Also, directly after this show, Shot from the Point returns. Shot from the Point Live returns tonight. Directly after this show, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over at Shot from the Point. That place you go for the best hockey podcast on all of the interwebs with my good friend Tommy C. So make sure you guys go check that out as well right after this show. And tell them Dave sent you. If you're going to watch the show after this, the first thing I want you to write in the comments is, Dave sent me. That's right. Let them know who the man is. I almost said mayonnaise. That's weird because I'm weird. But that's okay. So let's go through a few more of these things here. Yeah, I don't want to see King Truth, but at the same time, it seems like that's where it has to go if they're going to rebuild up Bad News Barrett. I don't know. It's so bizarre. But anyway. So look, as we talked about earlier, and I want to get into it a little more in depth now, we talked about this Roman Reigns-Bray Wyatt match. And according to Dave Meltzer, he noted on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio that there has been plans for Luke Harper to get involved in this feud. Eric Rowan is now out, but getting Luke Harper back into the mix kind of makes a little bit of sense. So look for Luke Harper to get into the feud, possibly as early as tonight. Meltzer also indicated this angle may be where Sting makes his return. So he's thinking, I'm not sure if that's, I didn't listen to it. I'm just going off of what I'm reading. I'm not sure if Meltzer is saying that Sting is going to be there tonight for that angle, or if that makes sense to him. Now, either way, I don't know. It was also noted that Sting is set to be involved in the same match as Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam. Now, the interesting thing about that is it doesn't say Sting versus Bray Wyatt. It says Sting is set to be involved in the same match. Now, is that Sting and Roman versus Bray and Luke Harper? Yeesh, I don't know. I think that's more likely than anything else, and that might just be for the protection of not only Sting and his wrestling ability, but for Bray Wyatt as well. Losing to Sting and Roman is much more preferable to losing to Sting. I think either way, Bray is probably going to lose this feud with Roman somewhere down the line. I would much rather to keep Sting out of this and let Roman and Bray continue to fight and scratch and claw at each other. I want to see him go over years. I want to see Bray Wyatt continue to not let Roman succeed. That's interesting to me. That's cool to me. I think that's pretty badass, the whole Lex Luthor Superman dynamic where I'm not going to let you succeed. You are not going to be the hero on my watch. And I like that. I wish they'd get a little bit more personal with the Bray Wyatt thing, but, you know, it is what it is. So let's see, what else do I got here? Oh, yeah. For those of you who have argued with me in the chat, and I know there's a few people, Lana can't wrestle. She's not medically clear to wrestle. First, I never read that Lana was unable to she was never medically cleared to wrestle. Never read it. Didn't ever think it was true. And now she's being advertised in wrestling matches. That's right. She's being advertised for September 4th in Hampton, Virginia in a mixed tag match with Dolph Ziggler against Rusev and Summer Rae. It's happening, kids. She is going to be in the ring. Whether or not she's prepared, that's another question. Is she going to be another Eva Marie? I don't know, but if she can go at all, it's only going to help her because Lord knows Lana is over. Red hot and super, super over. So we'll see what happens with that. What do you think of that? Do you want to see Lana in the ring? Now, most probably just so we can see what type of attire she's going to wear. But honestly, do you want to see Lana wrestle matches? Or would you rather just see her continue to be in the valet manager role? I personally don't want to see her just as arm candy and a love interest. I want to see more out of Lana. I hope they don't do the AJ thing and make her a GM one day. Oh my God. What a terrible angle that was. Holy shit. But it's interesting. Also, for that Hampton, Virginia show, Neville and Sheamus is being advertised for a Money in the Bank briefcase on the line match. So that's a possibility that match could come to fruition on SummerSlam. So that's pretty interesting. And also John Cena and Kevin Owens in a street fight. So it doesn't look like that feud, at least for house show purposes, is going anywhere anytime soon. What does that mean for tonight? I couldn't tell you, but we'll find out. Joining me now on Dead on Dave Live is Old School Matt. What's going on, Old School Matt? What you got for Dead on Dave?
Well, it's like you. I'm looking forward to Battleground tonight, but there are a few things that have me skeptical.
Yes.
First off, honestly, I don't. The Brock Lesnar match. Everyone's looking forward to it, but I'm a little worried about how that's going to end because I'm sick of having Seth Rollins as champion.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But I don't think tonight we're going to see a title change in that picture.
I did until this whole thing with The Undertaker started. When The Undertaker rumors and his confirmation for tomorrow night, once that happened, now I no longer think that Brock is going to walk out of there as champ. It's still possible, but it's less likely because if The Undertaker is getting involved tonight in any way, shape, or form, you have to figure it's going to be during that match. Unless something weird happens where The Undertaker... Now, this is a possibility, too. I thought about this, that The Undertaker just shows up in the middle of the show. Just like for no reason. He doesn't show up in a match. He just shows up, lights go out, and out comes The Undertaker to make some kind of announcement. And that announcement is maybe it's a retirement announcement. Maybe it's something like that. And then the lights go out again, and here's Sting. Now, if this sounds familiar, I also brought this up months ago because I thought it was the best way to have these two go forward. Now, while I don't want to see that match at WrestleMania 32 because I don't think it's a big enough match to sell out that stadium, I would love to see it at SummerSlam. I would love to see Sting and The Undertaker at SummerSlam. Not a problem with that.
Now, as for the date, I'm with you. I don't think it belongs at WrestleMania, but for me, and here's my thing, end The Undertaker where you really began him.
Survivor Series.
Yeah. SummerSlam could have a couple of great matches, but I think if you want, and if they do go for a retirement match, do it at Survivor Series.
Well, first thing, Undertaker's not retiring anytime soon, at least not until WrestleMania 32. He will be wrestling a match at WrestleMania 32. I still think it's going to be him and Brock Lesnar because it's the biggest money match they have available. We'll see if that ends up happening, but that's what makes sense to me.
Now, I think if they do it being the fact that it is Texas, the best kind of match they could do for those two, and this may sound kind of cliche, but turn that match into a Texas death match.
Well, see, that's what Austin said for him and Brock. If they're not going to do Austin, Brock, and they're not going to do a Texas death match for them, they're not going to do it for anybody. Here's the problem. Now, look, while I like the idea of a Texas death match, the problem is nobody really knows what the fuck a Texas death match is. These matches are matches that died out in the late 70s, early 80s, and they were regionally based. These are matches, now I think they're great. Some of the greatest matches I've ever seen have been Texas death matches. Fantastic matches. But their heritage outside the region of the South is limited. And none of the younger fans have any fucking idea what it is. That's going to be a hard match to sell. Plus, it's a death match in a PG era. That's worrisome. So, I mean, there's lots of reasons why I don't think that would work. It's a cool idea. I just don't see them implementing it because of all the reasons that I just stated.
And I get you. And as for tonight, it's the one match I am actually looking forward to would surprise people.
What's that?
I'm looking forward to the Cena match.
Oh, that's not going to surprise anybody. Everybody's excited about Owens and Cena. How could you not be excited for Owens and Cena? It's going to be incredible. The first two matches were epic. Now, what do you think is going to happen? That's the bigger question. I want to know, what does Old School Matt think is going to happen in that match?
As much as it kills me to say this, I see Cena walking out champion.
Oh, yeah, but do you think he's going to go over clean?
I think he'll go over clean.
Oh, I hate you now.
I'm used to it, and here's my reason why. It's because Triple H doesn't have full control of this company yet.
Yeah.
If Vince McMahon had been retired, if Triple H had the full run of everything, Cena would not be going over clean, if at all. But since Vince McMahon is still chairman, I can see them letting Cena do getting a legit win tonight and doing a run till at least I want to say what is the main event, the thing in December.
New Year's Revolution. I have no idea.
Now you're gonna remember between this and SummerSlam, we do have another NXT takeover.
Yeah. Hey, hold on one second, old school Matt. Hold on one second. I'm gonna this guy Corey Pham. Let me take his call real quick. And unfortunately, he's not added, so I have to put you on pause. Hold on a second. Corey Pham, you are live with Dead on Dave. What's going on?
I just want to say, why hasn't Triple H made a storyline for Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt?
Because it would be terrible. That's what I think. Why? Those two together, I don't see. I get that they're brothers, and that's great, but they kind of have the same gimmick, just opposite ends of the spectrum. I don't know how much they believe in Bo Dallas, to be completely honest. They see him as a lower guy, and honestly, they could save that for a bigger day, one day possibly, somewhere down the road. I think that was kind of the plan, with maybe one day Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas become these huge stars, and then they could do something akin to the Goldust Stardust situation, perhaps. Who knows?
Do you see that? What's his name from New Day? Xavier Woods, as a champion, because he's great up and down.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up. Hey, do me a favor real quick, man. I'm going to go back to the other call that I had with Old School Matt, but I want you to add me on Skype, okay? Add me on Skype, and I'll add you to that call, okay? All right, go ahead and do that for me, bud. Old School Matt, are you there?
I'm still here, Dave.
Right. I had the other guy go ahead and call back in on this one after he adds me. I'm going to go ahead and add him because how unprofessional. So there we go.
But the idea.
Hold on one second, because he brought up something great, and you can wait because you're Old School Matt and you can always wait. But he brought up something that I got to talk about. So you will wait, Old School Matt. Corey Pham, are you back on the line?
Yep.
Welcome back to Dead on Dave. Now, to answer your question, I'm glad you brought it up because I love Xavier Woods. Love him. That up, down, down show he does on YouTube, I'm addicted to like crack. I think it's fantastic. It's so different. He's using a different name. He's going by Austin Creed. He's calling Rusev Tung Po. He calls Heath Slater Mr. Miller. They're using all these interesting wrestlers in different ways, and it's friggin' captivating. And it's a WWE sponsored show, which I think is great. So there's all these really cool things as far as that. Now, not only that, what he's doing is he's basically conducting interviews with guys like that thing he did with Seth Rollins. That was awesome. I loved it.
I think they don't give Xavier Woods any chances because he's with New Day. I don't think they give him good chances.
I think they're going to because of the fact that New Day is getting over the way they are, and the fact that it's getting interesting. New Day has become interesting, and a big part of that is because of Xavier Woods. So I do think Xavier Woods could be a champion someday. He's small. That's a bigger knock on him than anything else. But I think Xavier Woods really could be a champ. Oh, and not only like an intercontinental champ, I think he could be a friggin' world champion. He has that type of personality.
Me too.
So it'd be cool to see. You got anything else for me, Corey?
No, I'm just happy that I got to be on.
Hey, I'm glad you called in, buddy, man. And keep watching. I appreciate it. And go ahead and hit that like button and share this video around for me. Okay, bud?
Yep.
Take it easy, man. Corey Pham, everybody. Edward Cruz, you are live with Dead on Dave. What's going on? What you got? All right, and now he's gone. You will be blocked and deleted, folks, if you come on trying to do something ignorant. I hope that wasn't somebody that I know, but I had a feeling that there was going to be some profanity or some racist stuff coming after it. So...
I'm with the kid, though. I'm with you guys. I'm not opposed to the idea of Xavier Woods being a world champion. I'm just afraid we'll fall that can he take the kind of hits a world champion needs to, though?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, Xavier Woods is a smaller guy, so I'm a little worried that he'll fall into the same trappings that happened to Daniel Bryan.
Sure, and that is a worry. It's definitely a concern. But at the same time, if you've watched Xavier Woods' independent stuff and you see some of the stuff he's done in the past, the guy can go, and he's wrestled. The first NXT match ever, I believe that he even said this on his show with Seth Rollins, was him and Big E, a bigger guy, a powerhouse, and he carried himself quite well. So I'm not worried about that. I think he should be fine. He's not the same type of wrestler as, say, a Daniel Bryan, who takes these ridiculous risks and lands on the back of his neck and all that stuff like Daniel did for so many years. Xavier Woods is a little bit smarter of a wrestler, and he's able to do some really interesting things. I think because of his versatility on the microphone, I think he can make a great champion. So I'm excited about it.
Now with that said, is it possible we give Daniel Bryan too much credit?
Yes, I think so. Look, I love Daniel Bryan. I think he's great. Hell, the Copious shirt behind me, it's designed after that shit. Well, it's designed after another more famous thing, but you know what I mean. In the wrestling spectrum, it's designed off of this. I love Daniel Bryan, but do I think that he's grossly overrated? Absolutely. I mean, people lose their minds over Daniel Bryan and talk about it in this amazing sense. Like Daniel Bryan's the greatest wrestler to ever live. And as good as he is, as great as he is, he's not the greatest wrestler to ever live, man. You know? And it's crazy.
I mean, he caught a trend and everything, but when you get right down to it, he takes things way to a way too risky level, where there's every chance in the world his career is over now.
I think it is over. I think he is done. I don't see if at least it's done in WWE. I do believe that. I don't see him wrestling in WWE again. Now, people said the same thing about Kurt Angle. His career was probably over in the shape that he was in, and then he just went to TNA because TNA doesn't give a shit. He didn't care or TNA didn't give a crap that doctors didn't clear this guy. So they brought him in, and he's had nothing but problems since. People would say, yeah, he's had some good runs. The Main Event Mafia, boring. Most of his matches, I was not a fan of in TNA. I don't think he's done his best work in TNA. He'll tell you that because he's insane. But he also abused his body and did a lot of stupid things during that time, too. So, you know, it really does come down to how you want to look at it. And I don't want to see Daniel Bryan go through that. I don't want to see him go back to the independents. I don't want to see it. I love Daniel Bryan, and I think he could have a home within WWE doing things like Tough Enough and doing other things to where they can use him.
Now, you brought up TNA, and I'm with you on that. That's a pretty bad circuit for most people that know wrestling nowadays. Could he, and this is theoretical, could he do a run at ROH?
Like, could he, as far as him, could I see him going over there because he wants to wrestle? Yes. Could he handle it physically? No, he can't. He can't handle those type of matches anymore. If he can't handle the things that are going on with him in WWE, there's no way he's going to be able to handle those real high impact matches that the Ring of Honor fans crave. Because all they want to see is people getting dropped on their heads and doing crazy splashes off of high places and stuff. And these spots that, I mean, I've referred to Ring of Honor, especially over the last couple of years, as glorified spot monkeys at times. There's some really good wrestling, but at its core, there's a lot of guys jumping off of stuff in crazy manners to get big pops. And then we see the same thing over and over. The over and over kick out at 2, 2.5, 2 3/4, the kick out, 50 of them in a match. That's not entertaining to me. It's good to see every now and then at a main event, but I don't need it every match. I like build. I like storytelling.
And ROH is just pandering.
In some ways, yeah. In some ways. Corey Pham, you seem to be back on the line. What's going on, bud?
I just saw that they said that Sheamus will be defending his Money in the Bank briefcase. What's that about?
Yeah, I've read the same thing. I don't know if that's right now. It's only at a house show. I don't think it's at anything major. So take that for what it's worth. I do see it happening eventually. At least they'd be doing something with Sheamus, because Lord knows they're not doing much with him now. As far as let's make the Money in the Bank briefcase at least matter, right? Because right now it doesn't even seem to matter. So I don't know.
And my biggest thing with Sheamus being Money in the Bank winner is I don't like seeing Sheamus as world champion.
See, I don't mind seeing him as world champion because we haven't seen this version of Sheamus as world champion. We only saw the fella guy as champion. I think as a badass Sheamus who aligns himself with the Authority, that could be interesting. It could be intriguing. I'd like to see that.
Sheamus matches are boring.
Sometimes. Sometimes it all depends on who he works with.
They should just give Randy Orton another storyline.
Well, Randy Orton, a lot of people make the same argument that Randy Orton matches are boring. So,
how could his matches greatest matches of all time?
I don't know about all that. He's pretty damn good. I love me some Randy Orton, but they're kind of formulaic, and they, especially with the wrong guy like Sheamus, man. Even with Sheamus, those matches can get pretty damn monotonous and boring. But I like Randy Orton too. I don't know. You got anything else, Corey?
Keep bringing in talent from different wrestling companies.
What's that?
They need to keep bringing in talent from different wrestling companies.
Oh, they will. They will. I believe they will. People are in the chat are asking, is that AJ Tucker with a voice changer? No, this is a different guy. It's the battle of the Young Bucks here on Dead on Dave Productions. Corey Pham versus AJ Tucker. And guess what? Tony Barrasso will be refereeing that match. Hey, I appreciate the call again, Corey. Good drop in, bud.
Do you think that they will put Bully Ray as a main character on their roster?
Who?
Bully Ray.
But who? WWE?
Yep.
No. Now he's the authority figure over on TNA.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the authority figure now. So, no, I don't see that happening.
They keep switching his storylines.
Yeah, it's weird. I know, but I'm gonna let you go. But I'm gonna get back to a couple other callers and a couple other stories. Okay?
Yep.
Thank you, man. Keep watching. Corey Pham, everybody. Corey Pham. Old school Matt. What else you got for me, bud?
Well, you brought up a good point with this Sheamus aligned with the Authority. Could we see him actually cashing in on Seth?
I think it's a possibility. I don't think tonight. I think that depending on how things go with Brock Lesnar, if The Undertaker bails him out, and that's the reason why he retains his title, I do think it's quite possible that it could get set up very soon in the future. Because, well, I'm trying to gather my thoughts. What do I was reading the comments and I got lost because I'm an asshole. Yeah, I do think it can happen because I think that Sheamus and Kevin Owens are eventually going to replace Seth Rollins in the Authority. So now I got my train of thought going again. Seth Rollins gets saved by The Undertaker tonight basically because he interferes, right? So if that happens, then Triple H should start going back to that Cole or Diamond crap that we saw a few weeks ago. And if that's the case, maybe he hires Sheamus or he gives Sheamus to go ahead and cash in on Seth, and that's the new Authority champion. That's a possibility. It's kind of weak, though. I don't know.
Granted, WWE's done a lot of weaker things the last couple of years, so it's not a horrible idea. And I could see Sheamus doing a decent run for a few months. Yeah,
but like at this time of the year, this isn't the time of the year to have a transitional champion. This is the time of year to build your champion for the. We're going into the biggest events of the year. We're starting the run of the Big Four. SummerSlam is next month. You know, we're a month and a half away from it or something like that. 5 weeks, whatever it is. So, this is not the time for a transitional champion. It's time for big storylines and big feuds. Now, that's why I either see Seth Rollins walking out as champion and continuing his run till next WrestleMania, or Brock Lesnar taking it and starting a new era of dominance. I'm going to go into hold on one second, bud. I'm going to go into the chat for a second and look at a couple of these questions that I want to answer. One, Jacob Wyatt says, Dave, do you think the Shield will reform? Short answer, no, I don't see it happening. There's no reason for it. Trendy Troy BB says, hey, why come Tony and Graham don't call Joe's show or your show anymore? Good fucking question. I have no idea. Tony still calls in every now and then, so I don't know. I don't know. Hang out for a second, Matt. We got another caller, probably going to be a troll. Let's see what happens. Rafaela, what's going on? You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Rafaela, going once. Yep, can't hear you. So let's get back to it. Jacob White says he botched with Rusev, so... Oh, I lost it. He botched with Rusev, so now they said, how about NOPW? I don't know. Okay, let's get back into it. Let's get back to old school Matt. Old school Matt, you're still waiting on the line. What's going on, bud?
Well, again, I wanted to go more into what's happening tonight, and we got Titus O'Neil versus The New Day, which, honestly, I don't know how I feel about that kind of match at this point.
Titus O'Neil, you mean the primetime players?
Yeah, sorry. When I think primetime players...
You only think of Titus. I don't blame you.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan of Titus O'Neil. Even before WWE, I was a fan of his.
Yeah.
And I don't see why they can't do more with him individually.
Yeah, Darren Young's awful. Darren Young is awful.
Darren Young has been awful since they tried to make him part of the straight edge society.
Oh yeah, he's always been just horrific. They can't fire him because it'll turn into a gay thing. So they got to. I believe they put the belt on him because of it. I really do. You can call me an asshole. You can call me, oh, it's the right thing. Whatever. I don't care. I think they put it on him because he's gay and because the whole gay thing is so big in culture right now. That's why they put it on him. I really believe it because primetime players ain't done shit. They cut a bunch of promos in the back that, going back and watching them again, were not that damn good. They weren't that funny. Titus O'Neil stumbles over everything. The guy could barely talk.
I mean, hell, you and Joe have done better promos in the last couple of years.
Well, thank you, Sal. Thank you. But it's just, I don't know. I know there's a lack of tag team depth, and that's the reason why we're getting stuff like this. But there was no reason to take the belts off of the New Day. They were getting the job done. And until we get new tag teams up from NXT or new tag teams created, like they've tried to do with Cesaro and Kid, which worked until Kid broke his neck off, we have to suffer through some of this. But you got the Lucha Dragons. They're over as hell. Why are we not seeing the Lucha Dragons?
I'm with you on that.
I don't know. It's confusing. I do think we did see the beginnings of the tag team of the future, though, on NXT. Look for Gable and Jordan. Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. I think they are going to be a hell of a team. Look out for those guys.
I mean, as long as it's not the Ascension.
I like the Ascension. I just think they built them wrong. They should have kept them like they were in NXT.
And let's say, yeah, they really botched that one.
They did. They made them. But you know what? They're still around. They're not gone. They're still around. And because they're kind of badasses and they are able just to beat people up at will at sometimes, there's always a possibility for them to get another run. They just have to be built correctly. That's all. Like anybody else.
Honestly, I saw the Ascension as sort of a tag team version of Ryback.
Yeah.
Early Ryback, when he was going around on shell-shocking 4 people at a time.
I'm going to try this Rafaela Violetta again. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try this call again. Hang on a second, Matt. Rafaela, you got another chance here. What's going on? You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Okay, well, now you're being banned. Because I don't know who you are. And it seems like you're trying to fuck with me. So good for you. It's a good way to get yourself blocked, kids. Play someone else's podcast on my show. Good way to get blocked. Old school Matt, you're back. AJ Tucker, you are back. What you guys got for me? Hopefully not something stupid.
I'm a little pissed off that we're gonna have to wait till SummerSlam to see Lana finally and get in the ring as a competitor.
Yeah, weren't you one of the guys who were telling me that Lana wasn't going to wrestle?
Actually, I remember saying that I'm not a fan of Lana, but if she wrestles, I could care less.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Well,
now,
kids, one at a time. AJ, what you got, man?
I was just going to say that Sable, when she was with Mark Merrill, I don't think a lot of people saw her being a wrestler, and she ended up being like a women's champion. She ended up having a feud with Stephanie and being with Vince and stuff. So I could see Lana being a wrestler and perhaps a Divas champion if they go somewhere with her.
Yeah, look,
she's over.
it's an interesting. She's very over, and that's the comparison with Sable. Now, here's the thing: Sable continued her rise because of the over-sexuality of the time.
Yeah.
They're not going back to that anytime soon. They're going to sexualize stuff. They do it with her now, and they'll continue to do it. She's going to wear skimpier and skimpier stuff, and it's going to be awesome. And everyone's going to drool and get lost in the Lana vagina vortex, as I have. So that's not a surprise, nor is it a big deal. But Sable's assets, are not the same as Lana's, and I'm not sure how great of a comparison it is outside of it ruined a man in a lot of ways. I mean, Mark Merrow got lost in the shuffle. A lot of that is because of the booking behind the scenes. I don't know if that same thing's going to happen to Rusev. I think that's part of the reason why we've gotten a split now. We got a split now to where they're not going to be together, and Rusev can continue to go do other things, and hopefully Lana's rise is not going to be at the detriment of Rusev with any luck.
I think that, if anything, Rusev will continue what he's doing with Cesaro, Owens, Cena, and that's why I think we could possibly see a Cesaro-Rusev match added onto Battleground tonight, because I think there are only 6 matches that are confirmed.
Yeah, that's
tonight.
the thing. Yeah, there's not a lot of matches. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, and one of them is a pre-show match. So.
And the Divas match could possibly still happen, so who knows?
Now, I'm glad that you brought up the matches. Let's go ahead and break down exactly what the card is going to look like. We got an hour left in the show, so let's start hitting the matches, because we never will if we don't. So I'll keep you guys around for a few minutes, but if you get in my way, I'm going to punch you in the mush. So tread carefully, kids. But here we go. I'm just fucking with you guys. So we got the kickoff show, which I'm not sure if that's going to stay on the pre-show or not. R-Truth and King Barrett, we talked about. It looks like Bad News Barrett is probably going to drop the crown to R-Truth, and it baffles my friggin' mind. So that's all I really want to talk about, that, or my brain will explode, because I just don't understand it. After that, now let's get into what could be and what possibly. Now, there's 3 possibilities, one of which you just brought up, the Rusev-Cesaro. Now, I want that match to happen solely because if it does, I think there's less possibility of an interference angle in the Owens-Cena match, which I just want to see another great match out of those two, and hopefully Owens winning. So I'm all for Cesaro-Rusev. All for it. Good
Honestly,
drop in.
And plus, if they do a Cesaro or Rusev match, we can actually set something up for the United States title.
That's what I'm saying.
If something should happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could set that up and not have be a run-in or some bull crap during the actual title match. Now, another match that I'm being heard is a rumor is Miz and Big Show. I really hope that doesn't happen. Ryback, of course, is hurt.
I forgot they changed that match.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been changed. It's not on the card. But because Ryback is hurt, he's going to be out for probably a couple weeks because of his knee got a little messed up and had to have it drained. He's not defending his title. So we might get Big Show and Miz, which I would rather see that on the pre-show and elevate R-Truth and King Barrett. But I don't know. I don't want to see that match. I don't want to see Big Show and Miz. Just put me to sleep.
I feel like they're not.
Miz and Big Show.
What were you going to say, Old School Matt?
Miz and Big Show are beyond the point of me caring. Big Show isn't relevant in WWE in my mind anymore because it's just the same routine.
He sucks.
I'm big.
He sucks. He's slow. He sucks and he's slow. Nothing more needs to be said. He sucks and he's slow. Slow suck old. Slow suck old. Old suck slow. Sluck old slowy sluck fuck. Yes, I'm just mixing the words. I don't give a shit. He's sluck. Slow and sucky. Slow, old, and sucky. I don't know what else I have to say. Slow, old, suck. Big Show
there was a reason why the Chicago crowd was chanting, "Please retire."
Put him in the Hall of Fame.
Please retire.
Put him in the Hall of Fame. I'm tired of it. Put him in the Hall of Fame. He belongs there. Put him there. Get him off my screen.
He's the great Khali, but he speaks English. That's about it.
Oh, no, that's not fair. That's not fair. Big Show's had a great career. Big Show's had a...
Khali just sucks.
Yeah, that's a little unfair to Big Show, in my opinion, because Big Show's had an amazingly good career. And when he was young, that guy could go. That dude was drop-kicking fools.
When Great
Can we-
Khali won the world title, he held it backwards. That's how much he sucked.
Yes, he did. He sucked.
Can we at least agree that Miz honestly doesn't belong in this industry?
No, you know what? I don't think that's fair either. The Miz, at times, when he's not being the Miz, when he wrestles and he's not being the stupid asshole that he is, he's actually very good. And when he talks and stops trying to be the Miz and just talks, he's very good. I think the Miz is unbelievably talented. And I really like a lot of the improvement that he's made over the years. Do I think he's a main event? No. He's not a main event guy, but he can go. He's serviceable in the ring, and he's learned a hell of a lot. And for him and his age and how he started in the industry, he learned it in a short period of time. So I got a lot of respect for The Miz. Do I want to see him in any title match? No. No.
No, Dave. If I can on this one, you've got to. I see your point there, but you also know that there's a difference between having him in the ring and him being The Miz.
I agree. I think he should have lost his gimmick. I think he should have lost his gimmick to Sandow. I would have much rather have seen that and let him do something else. That would have made more sense. You got anything else from the old school, man? I'm going to bring in Jeff Huffman.
I got nothing for you, Dave. I'm just glad I've got a talented friend on this show.
That's right, because as we always know, if you don't have talent, you got to have talented friends, and that's important. But you know what? I'm not the talent. You're the talent. All you guys are the talent. You guys are what make this channel go. So I appreciate you, old school, man. Thanks as always for the call, bud.
I'm a man at you.
Anytime, brother.
Take it easy, man. Jeff Huffman, you're live with Dead on Dave. You're here where you belong. My co-host on Touch 'Em All, our weekly baseball show. Huffman, you're going to Battleground. Granted, you're in the nosebleeds, but you're going to be there. How you doing?
Hey, I'm in front of the Titantron this time.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Randy Orton should get a huge pop tonight.
Yeah, St. Louis.
Yeah, he always does. He always does.
I
see
hear
him winning.
voices in my head. I'm boring as shit, and I'm going to bed.
He wasn't
bore
asked
you
to-
down.
He wasn't at the last St. Louis pay-per-view, was he? Survivor Series?
No, he wasn't there.
No, I only saw Sting for the first time, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
That must have been awesome.
Huffman, you getting excited, man? What you got to take pictures and shit this time, dude. I want to see. I want to put stuff. I want to do a Huffman experience. And
No, I'm definitely gonna do that this time. I couldn't really do much last time, considering I was behind the Titantron.
very true. Hey, did you buy a copious shirt? Could you wear a copious shirt? What the hell, man?
I don't have a copious shirt. I'm wearing my Undertaker shirt tonight.
Johnny Blaze, I'll get to you eventually. I have a feeling you're a troll, so I'll get to you eventually, bud. But I'm talking to people who don't troll me. So just hang out. You'll get got to eventually.
Jeff, you might see Sting again tonight. Who knows?
I think he is going to see Sting again tonight.
Yeah, I was hearing that. I'm more excited about seeing Undertaker though, just from the fact
Yeah,
that
me
I've
too.
already that I've seen Sting.
Yeah,
And
so
nothing will top Sting's first WWE appearance.
Corey, fam, you're back on. What you got for me, man? Real quick, what you got?
I want to know why don't for tonight they do a match card for the Diva title with Sage and Becky Lynch. I think that's the two Divas.
Oh, if they come out, I'll lose my mind.
They probably will. I see it happening. I don't know if it's going to be for the title, but look, they're going to definitely be in a segment or a match.
care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I told you he wasn't AJ Tucker. I told you.
Yeah, now they're both on the same time. Corey and AJ are two different people. Their combined age probably barely makes a legal adult, but that's okay. We don't discriminate here on Dead on Day Productions. It's all good. Corey, you got anything else for me, man? I got a bunch of calls coming in.
If they did the match card with Becky Lynch and the other Divas for a title, they would be the best. That would be the second best match of tonight.
It would be interesting. We'll see how it goes. I appreciate the call, bud.
Okay.
I think
Take
match
it
of the
easy.
night is going to Owens and Cena, no doubt.
I think it could, but depending on Corey's not wrong here. Depending on what they do with the Divas, if they decide to say screw it, let's go Charlotte, Sasha, and Nikki, that could be match of the night. very easily.
It could.
It would be really cool to see. I'm excited about it. I'm going to take a
I'm
chance
getting more
here.
ex-
I'm going to take a
I'm
chance
getting more
here, and I'm
excited.
going to add. I'm going to take Johnny Blaze's call here. I'm going to see what happens here. I'm going to call this guy. You guys are going to be on hold for a second because I'm interested. I want to know if this dude's a troll or not. Let's check this out. All right. So now we got him at Johnny Blaze. All right, we're calling him. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Prepare. I got the finger on the button just in case. No, he's not there. Johnny Blaze, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Ladies and gentlemen, today.
Okay, I don't know what the hell that
Okay,
was.
well, that was a waste of 23 seconds.
Thrown over the top rope, both feet touching the floor.
Over the top rope. And if he calls back, I'll have to block him. I don't know. What's the point of trolling this show? You know?
They have nothing better to do with their life.
What's
so they
the
just
point
say,
of trolling this show? Well, I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm just a fat guy trying to talk about wrestling with people who care. What does it matter to you? Well, you know, geez.
I have a question.
Yes, sir, AJ. Let's get back to some wrestling.
Will you do what you do at Raw reviews, and will you do a Battleground review on your channel after Joe's review?
Yes, that is the plan. As long as I'm still awake and alive and able to talk somewhat cohesively, yes. I will be doing a review after the Cronin review because that's the new plan. It seems to be working out.
I plan on calling into the review after Battleground, provided, well, since I live in St. Louis and there's a potential outcome of people, you know, getting rather excited once they hear the New Day come out.
Oh, God, Jeff.
Gosh.
On that note, let's go to the chat and let's see a couple of comments in the chat. Enclosure HD, yo, Dave, sup, man? Do you know AJ Fox doing Dominion Season 2? No, I didn't know that because I don't watch Dominion. I don't know if is any good. Do you guys watch Dominion? Anyone know about Dominion? I don't know anything about it.
What's that, on Sci-Fi or something?
Probably. I have no idea.
That's probably why then.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I only watch
If you want to watch something if you want to watch more garbage on Sci-Fi, I think they're doing. There's a Sharknado 3 now.
Yes, there is. Isn't that great?
SmackDown's on Sci-Fi.
For now, it's coming back to USA, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they realize that people don't watch Sci-Fi.
Alex Williams in the chat says they're not having a Divas match because they literally started a week ago. They may not have a Divas title match, but I'm fairly certain they're
going to do something. They're going to have something.
Look,
they should at least do something.
They brought these girls up, and they brought them up with a face, Stephanie McMahon. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but Stephanie acted like a face. She went after Nikki Bella. So, it's quite... Oh, by the way, anybody wondering why it's so dark in the background right now, I'm not turning on a light. It's fucking hot in Germany, and I don't care. You can see me a little.
Don't get me started on that.
Isn't it like 8 o'clock in Germany right now?
Yeah, it's 8:14 here in Germany in the wonderful Deutschland where the air conditioners don't exist. So, yeah. So I'm not turning on a light. You see me or don't, I don't care. But if you need to see my face that bad, there might be something wrong with you emotionally because I am not a good-looking man. I'm good looking for a fat guy, but whenever you have to say I'm good looking for it's a bad situation. I'm no Jeff Huffman.
Even with the new setup you got here, you look even better.
I do. Yeah, but see, it's the things around me that make me sparkle.
I like the Undisputed title in the background.
I like the title in the background. I think it's pretty badass. Going back to the chats, Mr. Caleb Conwell. What if Karma quit TNA and made a return during the next pay-per-view? What if Chris Benoit rose from the dead and started wrestling again? These what ifs on those. Look, Karma, I believe, is not with TNA anymore. Anyway, I believe her contract is up with TNA. I believe she already wrestled her last match there. I might be wrong about that. I'd love to see her back in WWE, but who knows? I think Karma's already signed out with another promotion. I can't remember because that's how irrelevant that whole situation has become. Nobody gives a shit, unfortunately. The Karma thing never got going in WWE. I wish it would have, but she got pregnant.
She got pregnant.
She got pregnant. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So.
And plus, we already have a good thing going with the NXT girls, so.
Oh, I don't mind adding Carmen to that mix, by the way. I would not. You want to take my money somewhere down the line, Karma and friggin' Charlotte, take my money now. We didn't get Beth Phoenix and Karma. Maybe we can get Karma and Charlotte. That'd be badass. Logan Barrett says, Logan Barrett in chat says, I'm excited to see Eva Marie in the ring this week. I don't know if you're being sarcastic, but I hope you're not, because I'm excited to see her too. I want to give this chick a chance. I think she's gorgeous. Yeah. I think she gets a lot of undue hate, man. She is really not given a chance.
I think it's from Total Divas.
Yeah, Total Divas. That's my one worry, is how much Total Divas is going to continue to dictate the whole situation with the Divas division, because it seems like it's too much. So let's go ahead and bring somebody else in here. AJ, you got anything else for me?
No. I just the last thing I was gonna say is if Eva Marie, or when Eva Marie debuts, it would be funny if they had her take on Blue Pants to make her be more over as a heel.
Oh God, don't do that to her. Have her take somebody else that might give her a chance to not get booed out of the ring. But we'll see. AJ, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, bud.
Thank you.
Take it easy. Matt Alexander, you are live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Matt Alexander, you're live. You got anything? Going what? Going twice. You're over the top rope. Appreciate the call, Matt Alexander. Appreciate the call. It's okay. Didn't work out. Huffman, how are you doing,
sir.
buddy?
I'm all right. I'm getting excited as this approaches here.
Yeah, you're ballsy, man. You're doing Shot from the Point directly after this at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
You're going to the pay-per-view. You got all kinds of stuff going on. You got a lot of you have copious amounts of spark in you, don't you? That's what's going on.
Yes, I do.
That fantastic AdvoCare health line that you use, that I hear just works wonders.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see what wonders it's done, you can flash that. I give you permission to flash that up there, even though you probably weren't gonna do it. You were gonna do it without my permission anyway.
I don't think I have the video. Unfortunately, I don't think I have the picture queued.
Oh, well, that's very disappointing.
I would love to show the world those fantastic abs of yours, but I don't think I'm woefully unprepared. Woefully unprepared.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I had a nice little scoop of that this morning. Did my leg day. So
leg day. That's good stuff. Let's go back in the chat for a second. Marulo Show Off. Dead on Dave. Today may be Undertaker return. Yes, I believe it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. That's why his picture's in my thumbnail. I believe The Undertaker is going to return. If he doesn't, he is scheduled for tomorrow night on Raw. Alex Williams. I think Seth Rollins would be hold on, you Jeff. You hold on. I think Seth Rollins would be a good opponent for Taker because a lot of his best matches are with smaller guys like Shawn Michaels. That's not a bad point, Alex, but I don't know if they want to go that route. That's ballsy. That's a big trigger to pull. You go from Brock Lesnar, because that means he's got to go over Brock, and I don't see Seth beating Brock without any interference, just because of the fact that Cronin said so many times. Do we really want to use all the momentum that Brock has gained with all the things he's done over the last 2 years? Do we want?
Brock's not losing clean to Rollins.
You can't have that rub go on a Battleground. That's got to be on a much bigger event.
It's not believable.
No, look, I think it's perfectly believable that Seth Rollins could beat Brock Lesnar. Seth Rollins is a fantastic wrestler, one of the best in the world.
I'm just saying from a realistic standpoint, but that's just me.
I don't know. I mean, like, realistic standpoint, Brock Lesnar should be able to kill everybody. I mean,
that's true.
From a nobody's gonna beat him if that's the case. Hold out for a second there, Jeff. Let's take another troll call. This will be fun. Sammy Coral, whatever. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Open this up and take a look at what it looks like.
I got people calling in and playing Graham. They're playing Graham stuff. Like there's a war going on between me and Graham. Nothing's going on. I don't talk to the guy. He stopped talking to me. He didn't tell me why. He just doesn't talk. Dave Rose is involved. I don't care. Those guys do their things. I do my things. I do it much better. That's the only difference. So no big deal. I don't know why people are so interested in playing Graham stuff on my channel, but hey, whatever. Matt Alexander, you're back. What you got? And you're thrown over the top rope. No. All right, Joe Cronin of the Joe Cronin Show is live now. Maybe he'll be somebody who's not a complete dick bag.
Yeah, I got something for those Fortran bitches, by the way.
Oh, no.
You want some? Come get some.
Go do it over there. Go, don't do it here. No, I got people playing Graham stuff.
Oh, you can play Cheeseburger in Paradise all you want, but it doesn't change the fact that I don't want to watch your fat ass eat some shit.
Not me, though. Graham, right?
No, I don't want to watch somebody devour a barbecue sandwich and have diabetes at the same time. I also don't want to go on 4chan and watch a bunch of nerds jerk off on each other, one suck their mothers. I know you're running an illegal operation of little kids. I understand what's going on at 4chan. I understand what's going on at Reddit. So come and step to me. Try to shut my channel down. I'll find you wherever you are, you motherfucking ISIS bastards, and I'll take you up. My name is Joe Cronin. Woo!
How you doing today, bud?
4chan, 4chink, whatever you got, it doesn't matter. Bring it.
Yeah, the views of Joe Cronin are not necessarily the views of Dead on Dave Productions. Please aim all of your mail to Joe Cronin at the Joe Cronin Show.
You know something?
They shut me down too much, man.
I'm sick and tired of bullies. I'm sick and tired of losers who never been inside a woman, so they got to grab a modem. That's what you did. Why don't you go outside, maybe smile at a girl if she might like you? But you know something? It's probably better that they stick to this, because if they go out there, they'll probably end up bagging and tagging their ladies like some of those guys did in the 60s. All right, so...
no, that's a really good point. You know what? I'm with you. Go get laid. Go get laid. You know what I hate about these 4chan guys? The fact that they are bullies and all this stuff. But I hate the most because they're like, we're trying to show people that all this is futile and stupid. That's what they said on on Tommy's show when they called in and tried to take over that show. We're just trying to get a point across that this is all stupid. Well, you're doing the most stupid thing of all. Go get laid.
The point is the point is we're losers and our dicks don't work. That's the point of this. That's all we figured out from that. That's all you figured out, you dick bags.
Yeah.
So the
Advocare could help with that.
Yeah, get yourself some Advocare and your dick will work just fine.
They have that stuff there that can help you with that stuff. So,
oh God, Huffman, Cronin, what you got, man?
I was live all night because I was leaving. I left our thing on all night because it wouldn't work the right way. It was weird. It was corrupted file because my computer was. I ran out of memory in my computer last night. And there's nothing I can do about it.
You looped our show?
Yeah, so it wouldn't save as a file anywhere. So the only thing to do would have been to play the entire, because it would play, and it cut the last 15 minutes that we did. So it would play, but I couldn't burn it, export it, anything. The only thing I could have done was play it and record it. And it was like 5 in the morning, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So instead, I went live, put it in XSplit, I put it in Audacity, and I looped it. So it looped over and over and over again throughout the night. And at 1:05, I got down here and turned the live stream off finally.
Oh, that's hysterical.
And I was like, okay, Dead on Dave's live right now, and we're going off. Like, so I woke up right as you were going live. And I thought that was fun.
So you had that live up and... Oh, that's hysterical. I didn't even notice it. I
figured you'd be like, what's he doing live? Like, I'm going live. What's going on?
No, I've been in such friggin' pain today where I wanted to kill myself that I didn't even notice. It's been a bad day.
I don't know if this is the most, how many viewers you usually get, but you should have had more viewers today, I would think.
It's been, you know what? I was up to 35 at one point. I'm at 27 now, and I want to say thanks to everybody who is joining me. That's absolutely awesome. And while you're here, go ahead and hit that like button, because why the fuck not? Hit it. Drop an elbow on it. Leg drop that bitch. I don't care what, because why not? What does it cost to hit a like button? Nothing! Just like it costs nothing to subscribe. And while you're doing it, go subscribe to Joe Cronin too. Because why the fuck not?
You know...
Yeah.
What the hell was I going to say?
It's not
often... I deleted a video that I didn't want to delete so I could get 8 gigabytes free so we could go live tonight.
Oh, really?
That's That's how dire my hard drive situation is.
Yeah, go to use Dropbox. You can get 150 gigs of free storage in Dropbox.
Really?
Put it in my Dropbox.
Maybe I'll put a bunch of stuff in my Dropbox.
If you want to say, do that.
Don't trust it. God damn it, I don't trust it.
You don't trust anyone, especially Stone Cold.
I think it's a coup is going to be pulled off tonight because MVP has left TNA and they need someone in that Intercontinental match. I think MVP just will show up and take on the Miz and the Big Show. How about that?
Oh God!
It'll just be like the Big Show, the Miz come out, and then they're like, there's a third party that's going to be a mystery person vying for the IC title.
1, 2, hear the clock ticking. Tick.
No,
tock.
remember he got a new theme right before he left.
They need to go back to the good one. I'm coming.
No. Yeah, they got it. No, he should not use that theme. Yeah, that old theme was great.
I
He had
agree.
a really good song. You know, because I was amped up when he came out to it. So I didn't know they changed it. What did they change it to?
What the?
They shortened it. They shortened it. They took off the beginning though. 1, 2, hit the
that's
clock.
okay.
Tick. Yeah.
No, not that. He got a new theme song.
I don't remember that.
It was called "Wwe Ballin'" or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was his first theme.
No.
We ballin'. What was it? We ballin'.
I remember that's what he used to say. He used to do his little shuffle and then ballin'. I'm not taking any more. I'm not taking any more troll calls. I'm done with the troll
We
calls tonight.
ballin'. If you play the game, you're gonna go home and shame MVP. Like what? Stupid. Like no. Go back to the. What the hell's the name of the rap artist that did his song? I forget.
I don't know. Corey fam, you're back live with Dead on Dave. What else you got, man? You seem to be chatting tonight.
I've just been watching Lucha Underground.
Oh God,
I
why?
don't get why they didn't keep Alberto Del Rio and John Morrison.
I don't know.
Del Rio slapped somebody.
That was,
money.
I heard about that because somebody was being racist. They was being
well, somebody told a joke that can be construed by some as racist. I think it's a story. It's a story that gets changed depending on who's telling it. But regardless, just because somebody calls you an asshole or calls you anything, you don't slap them. You don't hit them. You walk the fuck away.
Is he talking about why did Lucha get rid of them?
No, that's not why Lucha got rid of them. That's why WWE got rid of them.
Okay, all right, that's what I thought. Okay, the reason why Lucha got rid of him is because Morrison is gone from Lucha.
I haven't seen. That's not known to me. I have not heard that he's
injured.
Gone.
He's injured.
All right.
Oh, they're playing. They're playing a storyline with him, probably.
All right, that's fine then. He'll be back. Now Alberto. I mean, I thought Alberto Del Rio was there, but it's going to end up being something like Star Power or Diva. Del Rio probably sees himself in a very high light and money. Do they have the money to deal with it? I mean,
no. See, they haven't even announced a season 2 officially yet. So it's I don't know. The money problems with Lucha are, as far as what I've heard, are just even worse than what's going on with TNA. So who knows? The funding isn't there. The ratings haven't been fantastic, especially for even El Rey, that doesn't get a lot of ratings on its own. It hasn't been fantastic. I don't know. Lucha is I can't watch it. I tried. I can't review it, but I just can't get into it. It's not for me. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It's a television show that has wrestling in it. It's not a wrestling program to me.
There's nothing. I don't know what's going on. Like every week, it's just there's wrestling matches. So I don't know.
And there's weird story and
ROH gets away with it, but I don't know why.
Yeah, well, our Ring of Honor gets away with it because people are obsessed with how good Ring of Honor was 5-6 years ago. And every now and then we'll get a match like Jay Lethal and Jay Briscoe, which was great. But we don't see those all the time in Ring of Honor anymore. We used to. We used to see them. Ring of Honor used to be the place to go. You used to see everybody go crazy in Ring of Honor. You don't see it as much anymore, though. It's like the dying days of ECW in a way, you know?
Do you ever think that WWE will sign Jeff Hardy back?
Well, first he's got to heal his broken leg, and he's 38, 39 years old. So if I had to guess, probably not.
He's still got those other 14 cocaine charges pending.
I think he'll be back at some point.
He might be, but
they can sign Matt Hardy.
Why? Oh God, why? Why? I don't see the point.
I think you'll see in the next. You'll see them back. but in the next 10 years, it feels weird saying this because I
He's
still
39.
I know, but I still look at Jeff and Matt as young guys, but they're not. It's
They're
unbelievable
not.
because I'm 31. But no, they'll be back to do the Hall of Fame within 10 years.
Yeah, they're going to the Hall of Fame. I don't think you can't keep them out.
They'll be back, and you know those two guys should be able to come back, be put in the Hall of Fame, and maybe have some young tag team attack them and actually do like a Mania match, I bet, or something. I'm not joking.
No, I think that could definitely work, especially if it's like a tag team like they tried to do with TNA, which I don't think that match was very good, with them and the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are such a perfect comparison to the Hardys, even though I think they're not as talented as the Hardys were, to be completely honest. But
they did it with the Wolves and the Hardys, though.
Oh, they did that too. They did, yeah. The Hardys and the Young Bucks wrestled, I think, in another organization, and they did that there. Yeah, the Wolves.
The Wolves dressed like the Young Bucks, so I didn't know if you were mentioning Young Bucks.
That's true. I forgot about that. That was the Wolves and TNA. I was thinking about their shit they did in another organization.
Yeah,
One thing that I've been wanting to figure out is why did they what's the word for it?
I don't know.
They took away a lot of time.
Yeah, they have, and why? I don't know. Why did they deplete the Divas division? But who knows? But it doesn't matter. They're building it back.
Probably because the ones coming in sucked.
Yeah, lack of talent could be part of it. I think we had been in kind of a talent vacuum for the last few years. That's going away now with a lot of talents coming in. So I think we're seeing changes, and that's important. I don't know. You got anything else, Corey? I think I'm going to let you go again, bud.
I think they should bring in Corey Graves from NXT.
To do what? To commentate?
No, to be a wrestler.
No, he's done. He's not wrestling. He's got concussions. He's done.
He was a wrestler about 8 months ago, and then he has a career-ending concussion.
Yeah, he's done wrestling. He's going to be a commentator.
Maybe if they wrap his head in bubble wrap,
yeah,
they could do it.
But
do you know the bald head one from J&J Security?
Mercury.
Yeah, he was a tag team champion before.
Yeah, he's with Eminem. Yes.
He was in a ladder match and he messed up his face.
So watch him get a ladder.
Yes, he did. Hey, I appreciate all the great comments, Corey. I'm gonna let you go, bud.
Okay.
Take it easy.
I'm gonna head out too. I gotta get ready for Shopping the Point, and
that's right. Shopping Point live directly after this.
Your viewership will go up when I leave.
Yeah, that's right. Huffman's a drain. He's a drain. Shopping Point live directly after this show. You'll go catch Huffman there with the great Tommy C. Make sure you go check that out. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Shopping Point on YouTube. Thanks, Huffman. I appreciate the call as always, bud.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
Thank you. See ya.
That kid is better than half the callers.
Yeah, he's had a lot. But the best kid I have is AJ Tucker, who's back on the line. AJ, what you got? You know what? Direct your question to the great Joe Cronin, because I'm tired.
Well, Joe, do you think we could see a Stardust Neville match added to the pay-per-view tonight?
Oh, it would be nice to get those two guys on there, especially Stardust.
Somebody's thinking.
Yeah, Neville's going back a little bit, but no, I don't think you're going to see that.
Well, we got Stardust getting a victory over Neville on Raw. Then Neville got the victory over Stardust on SmackDown. With only 6 matches on the card tonight, it kind of makes sense.
It makes sense, but I don't think you're going to get. I think something else is going to happen.
I think so too. I think there's going to be a big Diva storyline. Oh, by the way, Joe, we talked about the whole Undertaker and Sting and how this thing's going to work. I don't know if you heard my new theory. I have a new theory. I think we were so wrong on everything.
Oh.
Yeah, well, the latest rumor from Meltzer is that Sting is getting involved in frickin' Wyatt and Roman Reigns. God help me from that. I don't want to see that. Yeah. Well done, AJ. I agree. What I think's going to... Oh, go ahead.
Can I real quick, this analogy. So the first night when they feuded and he did the teacup thing, like it was like somebody poured vodka into a cup. And I was like, great, alcohol seems great. And then somebody over the next few weeks poured a little more soda in it. And then they kept pouring soda in it. Then the alcohol became watered down.
Yeah.
If Sting goes in and does what you just said in this match, if that actually happened, it would be like then if somebody just decided to add orange juice now to this drink. I would just, now I don't know what the hell I'm drinking.
It's just weird, and now it's acidic. I don't know.
Yeah, don't do that.
But what I think is going to happen, and Sayel, you hang out for a second. I'll get to you in a second. What I think is going to happen now is Undertaker and Sting are not going to get involved in matches. I think something that they can do is have The Undertaker come out as a surprise tonight, because I know he's scheduled for tomorrow, and do something like just go out to the ring and do a little promo, talk about maybe retiring, something like that. Get the crowd invested emotionally, and then the lights go out and out comes Sting. Because I still don't think Sting and Undertaker sells at WrestleMania, but I'll tell you what, it certainly sells at fucking SummerSlam. SummerSlam, Sting, and Undertaker. That's my new prediction. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it makes more sense than anything else, because we don't really want to see any of the other things. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I can't believe that
you just said Sting and Undertaker doesn't sell at WrestleMania. It
does. You do not do Sting and Undertaker if Brock and Undertaker is available. You don't do it. They're 107 combined age, Joe.
They should have done Brock Undertaker last year. They already missed that, in my opinion. They already missed the Brock.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of Sting Undertaker at WrestleMania. I don't think it. I think there's a lot of people who want to see it, but I think there's a lot of people who don't want to see it. They're 107. Sting's not going to have the same match. I don't think he can have the same quality of match that he had with Triple H. I just don't see it.
I think they'll do a casket match.
Oh God, kill me.
That's how you win the This is very nostalgic to me. I mean, like, normally if it was a regular, like 4 or 5 years ago, if you said Sting Undertaker in a casket match, I'd be like, casket. But because this is the last Undertaker match we're going to ever see, I really believe that it's fitting. And maybe his last match won't be at WrestleMania. Maybe he'll win it. Maybe he'll win at WrestleMania. Maybe his last match will be at SummerSlam.
Survivor Series.
But you're right, Survivor Series. But it would be nice. Wouldn't it be the best way to see the Undertaker go out and go away, to go out into a casket and then be wheeled away?
Not with Sting.
Not with Sting. You're right.
Sting didn't beat Triple H. How are we supposed to expect he's going to beat the Undertaker? I just don't. They set it up wrong. The setup's all wrong. But you take it away WrestleMania, and it doesn't matter as much. It's not as big. You have it happen at SummerSlam. That way you still have options at WrestleMania. You still have Brock Lesnar and Undertaker possibility. You got Sting. And if you want to do it again, you could do it again with The Undertaker. I don't see that as the big draw. That's not selling out that stadium. Sting Undertaker is not selling out that stadium. Undertaker Brock is. That's where I'm looking at it.
SummerSlam.
What's that?
I see Brock and Taker at SummerSlam. I see Sheamus cashing in tonight. Brock wins the title. Taker comes out, attacks Lesnar. Sheamus cashes in.
Oh, Lord. Sayel, you've been waiting patiently. What you got, buddy?
I think Undertaker and Sting, if they don't show up for Battleground, they're going to show up for Raw, and they're going to mysteriously call out someone, and that someone gonna be either Seth Rollins or Triple H.
That's some high level analytics right there.
Wait, Dave, look, because I think Sting and Undertaker could be teaming up.
Oh God. Oh God! Why is all these ideas bad? They're all bad. I think there's a possibility. Like Meltzer's reporting, and now I'm not sure. I didn't listen to his podcast, but he either reported it as a rumor that he heard or that what he thinks. That's not specified. But the rumor is, according to Meltzer, now take it with what you will, because it's Meltzer, who for some reason has been really wrong a lot lately. But he's saying Sting is going to be involved in the same match that Bray Wyatt is at SummerSlam. That does not necessarily mean Sting and Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam. What I think is a very good possibility is because in the same rumor, Meltzer states that Luke Harper is going to get involved in the Bray Wyatt Roman Reigns situation tonight. So if Luke Harper gets involved on Bray's behalf, Sting gets involved on... Yeah, we have a tag team match at SummerSlam, Sting and Roman versus Bray and Luke Harper. Now, what that accomplishes, as retarded as it might sound initially, it accomplishes a few things. You can have Bray lose that match in a tag team, and it doesn't matter as much. Because if you have Bray and Sting, that doesn't work. Because you can't have Bray lose again, and you can't have Sting lose because it's all he's done. He's lost to Triple H. You can't have him lose to Bray Wyatt, too. So it's just you're in this vacuum suck. So a tag team match with those four makes probably more sense than anything else. But Sting and Undertaker teaming up. What do you think of that, Cronin? Cronin!
What's going on, Jeff?
Cronin, he died. I don't know.
Sting and Taker.
Oh my God.
I think Cronen's dead. Sile, you got anything else for me, bud?
Yeah, I'm a little interested watching the Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns match, see where it takes them.
It's gonna be interesting.
SmackDown, the promos they had on SmackDown was it brought me back a little bit into the feud.
A little bit. I liked the physicality they had at the end of the night. I thought that was good. Bray really looked like he put a beat down on him, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, Bray sounded like his promos. They always sound like a 300 type of character.
Yeah, right.
Face of fear.
I am the new face of fear. I am what children fear at night. I'm Bray Wyatt, the eater of girls.
You really told Roman Reigns on SmackDown?
Go ahead and tell the world.
He called him a fool for pandering to the crowd.
Yeah.
On SmackDown.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was pretty awesome.
How you said it.
It was a good promo. It brought us back a little bit, but I think they've wasted too much time with it. And like Cronin said, it feels watered down at this point. So, you got anything else for me, Sayel?
Yeah. I had one more thing for the main event.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a screwy finish, but I think Brock Lesnar's gonna beat down Seth.
Yeah, he's gonna beat him down, but I don't know if he's gonna take the belt. So.
I'm not really sure because they did a good job making it unpredictable.
It is. It's very unpredictable. I agree, and it's a good thing too. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate the call, Sayel, man. Hey, thanks for calling in, bud. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching as always. You always watch and you always call in. I appreciate it.
All right.
Take it easy, man. AJ, you got anything else for me, man?
Oh, I was just gonna say, the Sting and Taker teaming up, it almost reminds me of Rock and Cena teaming up.
Oh, God, kill me for that. I wanted to die during that. Oh, my God. I'm going to go ahead and get through the rest of the matches in the last 20 minutes. I appreciate the call, AJ. Good. Yeah, go ahead.
Or I'll go and now I'll leave, and then you can answer a question while I'm gone.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you think that Sheamus would cash in tonight in general?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll answer that question in a moment. Thanks a lot, AJ.
Thank you.
Will Sheamus...
Thanks,
what, Joe?
Thank you, fella.
Thank you, fella. Are you not entertained? No, Sheamus, we're not.
Are you not entertained?
Will Sheamus cash in tonight? Do you see any conceivable way that Sheamus cashes in tonight?
I do, because it gets I don't think it's going to happen really, but yes, I do, because it gets Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins off the hook. But what are you going to see? The same thing again that you saw at WrestleMania? So because that's all they could do is the same thing again. Oh, Sheamus shows up, Lesnar's not even involved. He bro kicks Seth, and then he wins the title.
No, I think what they could do, and this also gets Lesnar off the hook, is, and this is probably the most predictable thing that they could do, but I think it's a possibility. If they want to protect Lesnar and because we've talked so much about all the momentum that he's gained, what you do is real simple. You have a match with Seth Rollins. I say you let him go 25 minutes. You let him really tear down the house. I mean, great match, right? Lesnar's about to get the victory. Lights go out. Undertaker's there. Tombstone. Lesnar's laying in the middle of the ring. Seth gets the pin. Wins. Thinks he takes it. Taker chokeslams his ass. Out comes fucking Sheamus. Bro kick. Cash in. Over. Good night.
I mean, that would be crazy.
That would be super crazy. But I think it's a possibility.
I would love that. I imagine the chaos if like Undertaker came out, got his revenge on Brock, and then at the same time Sting showed up to look in the face of the Undertaker.
I thought about that.
And then they brawled outside the ring, and then Sheamus came out, and then he came in and bro kicked Seth Rollins, and then got the pin. And then you got Seth Rollins mad at Triple H, and then he wrestles Triple H at SummerSlam. Sheamus has the title. Maybe you get and then you get the Sting and Undertaker set up.
Sheamus Lesnar.
Then you get Sheamus Lesnar, and then Lesnar could win the title right away from Sheamus. To be honest,
the only problem with that is this is SummerSlam, all of that Battleground in between. It's not the time for a transitional champion. It doesn't seem the right time for a transitional champion. But to your point with Undertaker and Sting, I was trying to say it earlier. I think Undertaker's going to come to the ring, talk something about a retirement. I think that's a possibility. This is my new theory. If there's no physicality, this is my new theory. He's going to come to the ring and do some kind of promo. Light's going to go out and Sting, and they just stare at each other. That's it. Nothing's going to happen. They're not going to touch each other. They're going to stare at each other. Maybe Sting points the bat at him, and then tomorrow it's going to get explained. That's what I think.
You know what I'm going to see? I'm going to say this right now. I said this on our State of the WWE or whatever the hell I called it, predictions to Battleground.
Battleground breakdown.
You will not see Sting and Undertaker tonight. You'll see this on Raw tomorrow, and we'll all be really disappointed that tonight that Seth Rollins will actually keep the title somehow tonight.
Seth Rollins is going to win clean. Cena's going to win clean.
No, Seth Rollins won't. He won't win clean, but Seth Rollins will retain the title tonight. None of this shit that we just said will happen.
None of it.
And you'll be like, oh my God, Battleground was a Battleground pay-per-view. Like,
we're going to be so disappointed.
We're going to be so disappointed tonight. I'm telling you.
Let's see. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to get an in-ring Diva segment, but no match. That'll be disappointment. Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt ends in a disqualification because only Luke Harper gets involved. So they were disappointed there. Randy Orton, Sheamus, they become Randy Orton, Sheamus. John Cena beats Kevin Owens clean with absolutely no interference, so everyone's more upset. The primetime players are going to continue being champions. They're going to beat the New Day, more upset. And Seth Rollins beats Brock Lesnar clean.
Yeah.
The worst pay-per-view ever.
And you want to kill yourself. Like, that's...
Stab me. I hope that doesn't happen.
I'm really worried that that's going to be what happens.
You know what's sucky? WWE, we talk about WWE like WWE is Jay Cutler. Like, are we going to get good Jay or bad Jay? Why is WWE got to be Jay Cutler? All the talent in the world, but can't fucking put it together.
Well, for us, because it all depends what audience that night that they happen to have to cater to or be catering to.
Yep.
And that's the problem. Is we're selfish and we want everyone to be about us. And you know, we usually get one. It seems 1 out of 3 tends to be about us, and I'm dead serious. It seems to be that one out, whether it's by pay-per-view or the entire night in general or the whole Raw. 1 out of 3 chance that you're going to see what you really want, and the other 2 chances that you're going to end up seeing the kid stuff or someone else's audience, the other part of the audience that they're catering to.
Because they try to balance.
Right.
Yep.
So they'll never be perfect because of that.
No.
And that's the answer. There's too many differences in the audience.
Well, go ahead.
They've created that audience. They've done this. They've reached out. They've grabbed every different market. They've even held on to us longtime fans, the ones that are still around. And now it's a juggling act to balance all those outlets. That's why they're making more money than they've ever made
except for the Attitude Era. They were printing money in the Attitude Era. But it's so appropriate that you said juggling. And it's because it's something that I've said so many times, and I'll continue to say it. WWE is wrestling. Wrestling is a circus. It is the circus. That's why it is the way it is. It's not like another sport. There's no off season. There's no off button. That's one of the reasons why there's so many polarizing fans. Football has football fans, and they have different teams that have fans. But there's not different types of football fans. There's football fans. You want to watch football. Yeah, there might be guys who are like, I want the hitting back, but they're still watching at the end of the day. There's nothing changing from that. Wrestling fans, we're fickle because we're nostalgic, and we went to the shows when we were kids, and we want to see by gum the things that we saw when we were kids. And if we don't get it, we're going to hijack shows, and we can chant, we can cheer, and wrestling's always going to be different because it travels from city to city. It's so different than anything else out there except for one other thing, and that is the circus. So it's so appropriate you use juggling.
Well, you know what it was like? The only thing similar to this, what's going on now, city to city in the United States, although it's at a lower level, is what went on when WWE would go to Canada back in the Attitude Era. You know, you had completely different crowds. This crowd wanted Bret Hart, this crowd wanted Stone Cold, and they were visceral. Either place was visceral. In fact, Canada was louder, and the reason why they were louder is because they were like the ones trying to get their voice out about, no, we don't like Stone Cold, we like Bret Hart. And but of course that was on a higher scale. Yeah. But this is a more watered down version of that, and there's also multiple versions. There's not just 1 and 2. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's the last time you saw this, but now we're seeing it in this watered down, more spread and more optional, more options going on. So there's just different parties. It's really so bizarre. And if you're a wrestling historian or something, you're just creaming right now. You could write a book on how wrestling has changed and try to write it you could write it in wrestling technical terms and have a wrestling enthusiast jerk off to the book, but you could also write it in layman's terms for somebody who doesn't really necessarily know wrestling and give them a backstory without so much detail of the business. And either way, it's an interesting book.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
What the hell am I talking about?
I don't know, but I loved it. I let you go. I was like, I'm just going to let him go. I'm sure there's a point somewhere in there. So there's a moral and a lesson for somebody in that diatribe. So that's okay. But it's funny. When you look at it, wrestling has kind of always been this way, just in a different scale. You hear the old timers talk about when they would go in the territories. You knew some guys were going to draw better in different places. And in Georgia, you knew who to book in Georgia. When you're in Texas, you know to put the Freebirds and the Von Erichs. I mean, it's just who to cater to. So, I mean, wrestling hasn't changed as far as that. But now it's just one company that's touring the entire fucking globe. And everybody wants something different. So that causes issues and it causes problems. And everybody whines and everyone cries. And Adol, I don't know if you are a troll or not, but I'm not taking your call because I got 10 minutes left. And I just don't give a shit.
Right.
Yeah.
F him.
Yeah, F him. F him in the A. Unless you have a lot of money you want to throw at me, then I'll take your call. I don't know. Oh my God, I'm in pain. You want to go into the chat and see what they're saying? We got 8 minutes. We got 8 minutes until the great Tommy C takes on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tommy's
Shot from the Point Live, your badass hockey program.
I got something I want to plug.
Oh, a plug?
I want to plug. Right now, or in just a minute, actually, on when you're getting ready for Tommy C, if you go to joecronenshow.com and you go to joecronenshow.com and you fill out the form, it's a subscriber form, become part of the subscriber list. First of all, I have bonus content that you can sign up, but fuck this. This is free. You go to joecronenshow.com, you fill out your name, your email address, and your address, and you can write a message to me or whatever you want to say. And if you fill that form out, I'm going to send you a free WWE Tops card.
Oh,
that I'm going to sign. Yeah. So
nice.
if you want to go, I'm going to send you a free WWE Tops card, and I'm going to sign it. So you might get Larry Zbyszko, but Joe Cronin will sign it.
Because why not?
Yeah, exactly.
That could be the weirdest collectible in 20 years. In 20 years, that might be the hottest weird thing. There was a limited edition series where Joe Cronin, the now famous Joe Cronin, he signed a whole bunch of random WWE cards for some reason, and now they're worth $1 million a piece. He only signed 7, and there's only 2 remaining because Dead on Dave ate them. But there's 2 remaining, and they're both worth $1 million.
Exactly.
Just bizarre.
So go over to joecronenshow.com, and it's right under the picture of me and Cornette, and whatever the picture is up there. It's on the main title screen. It will say get your free card, basically.
Get your free card. Look, to anybody that I don't know that I'm not answering calls to, it's just because I don't want to hear more of Graham's show. That's what it comes down to. Because you don't have anything to say. It's not even the 4chan guys or the Doxing guys. It's not even those people, Night. It's weird Graham fans. I don't understand that.
It's probably him himself.
It wouldn't
or
surprise
Dave.
me. Or it's Dave. Who cares?
No one has fans. It's them.
Yeah, right? I don't get it. Get over it. We don't care about you guys. Live your life. Live your life. And if you're fans of them, go watch them. We don't give a shit. It's fine. There's enough YouTube for us all, kids. Jesus Christ. But, so we got 5 minutes. So let's predictions. Cronin, what are your predictions? Match by match. I'll call it the match. You give me predictions. Sound like fun?
Yeah.
R-Truth, King Barrett for Battle for the Crown.
I think it should be Barrett that wins this and gets retribution on R-Truth, and he might even hurt him or something. It might end with Barrett brutalizing him. That's the way I want to see it go. I wouldn't be surprised if R-Truth won and they continued this feud. That is a very big possibility, but I'm just gonna say Barrett beats the crap out of him and a point is proven.
I'm going R-Truth. I'm going R-Truth because apparently they are going to bring back Heavy, the Bad News Barrett gimmick. And I think the reason for that is because he's losing this crown gimmick, the royal gimmick, because I can't tell you why. It doesn't make any sense, but I'm going with R-Truth.
Okay.
Randy Orton in his hometown of St. Louis versus Sheamus, the most irrelevant Money in the Bank winner ever.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
Sheamus, I mean.
Yeah, because who cares, right? Because it doesn't matter. I'm going to go with Orton because I want to be different.
Well, you know something? I'll change my pick right now because Sheamus can lose and still have the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that Seth Rollins did at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins Randy Orton sort of needs to win.
He does.
But they could be going with, Sheamus is going to, Randy Orton's going to put over Sheamus since he's the Money in the Bank champion. They could do that. So in my opinion, Sheamus should win, but I think you'll see Randy Orton win and Sheamus will be like, but I've still got the Money in the Bank.
So now you're going with Orton?
Yeah, now I'm going
All right, I'm going with Sheamus then. I'm going to go with Sheamus, and I'll tell you why, because I think they want to keep him strong because he has the Money in the Bank. So I've completely changed.
Okay.
Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. Who you got?
I think Bray Wyatt will win in some sort of way.
I believe that we're going to see what Meltzer's saying. I have a feeling Luke Harper's going to get involved, and then Sting will get involved for some reason. I can't tell you as to why, and it's going to set up some weird angle between the four of them. That's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. United States Championship match, Kevin Owens and John Cena.
I think Kevin Owens is going to win, so that sets up their rematch at SummerSlam.
So a fourth match between the two at SummerSlam?
Yes.
Kill myself. No, that'd be good. Kevin Owens wins clean. And then I don't know. Double count out, double disqualification, something like that. Cesaro and Rusev get involved, and we have a fatal four-way at SummerSlam. No.
Yeah, that could happen.
That could happen. WWE Tag Team titles, New Day versus Primetime Players.
New Day. I think New Day is going to win. Primetime Players.
They're not working.
Had enough.
They're not working.
I think they are working though, so I'm not really sure. I
don't know. New Day. I'm with you. New Day. WWE World Heavyweight Title match: Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins.
So this, I think, honestly, I want Brock Lesnar to win it and just be done with this, get the belt and go. And craziness could ensue at the end, and there could be an X Factor. But I'm gonna
an X Factor like X-Pac's finishing move. Yes, Sean Waltman. You heard it from Joe Cronin. He just called Sean Waltman's going to come down and hit the X Factor on somebody. I'm gonna
unfortunately go with what I think WWE is going to somehow keep the belt on Seth Rollins, which I think is ridiculous.
I do too. But you're probably not wrong.
I think Seth Rollins comes out with the belt, yeah.
It all depends on what happens and who shows up. If Undertaker is already blew his load earlier in the night, is not going to show up during that match, I think Brock Lesnar wins clean. Because Seth Rollins, they went through so many troubles of having Seth Rollins have all the rest of his cronies taken out. For what purpose? So I'm gonna say Brock. But if there's any interference at all, if anyone comes out, then Seth Rollins. So.
Okay.
I think that about wraps it up. The Divas stuff. You think we're gonna get a Divas match?
I hope so. I really think that yes, there is that potential for them to just be like, and have some showcase where Ric Flair sells the Divas or something. That's what I'm really worried. The Ric Flair will be in the middle of the ring and be like, "Woo, my daughter." I think it would be better. It'd be better if all the Divas were there and all the NXT girls and everybody was there, and then Nikki Bella called her a bitch, called Charlotte a bitch or something, and then she challenged Charlotte, and all the girls were surrounded the ring, in a lumberjack match.
Yeah.
And it was Charlotte versus Nikki Bella.
Agreed.
And maybe Charlotte wins the title, or I think it's early for that to happen, to be honest, but you also don't want to make the NXT Divas look weak, so you could have a really good match, best of matches they can have, and then have interference, and then have a brawl, and then we can go to SummerSlam. And I won't be mad about that, because even though we didn't get that authentic match, that we're looking for these matches, not the brawls, not the 4-on-4 shit tag mix things, but I think it would be necessary to tease it as much as possible to get to SummerSlam.
Agreed. Good show. I think that's about it. We got to go. It's time for Tommy C and Shot from the Point. So go make sure you go check out his show over at Shot from the Point Live, starting right now. Tommy C, Jeff Huffman, and who knows who else. Maybe Cronin will go in and take a dump on everybody. That'll be fun. Thanks a lot for joining me, Joe. I really appreciate it. As always, man, it's always good to have you here.
Yeah,
and make sure you go check out Joe Cronin at the Joe Cronin Show directly after Battleground tonight. I'll be there, and we'll be tearing the building down talking about what happened at Battleground. So join us there. We'll see you later. Thank you guys very much for all the calls tonight. Very much appreciated. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Okay.